What's going on, golf addicts? Welcome to the Wyndham Championship 2023 DFS DraftKings preview. We're going to talk about some picks, GPP, cash picks, guys we're avoiding, guesses on where the chalk's going to fall. All that good stuff on this show. Pat, you did great last week, holding down the fort without me. I'm back from the Dominican Republic. I am actually more tan than it may appear. I think my lighting is bad. I did get some sun.
Yeah, you can change the lighting to make it look more tan. I mean, if you look at me.
Oh, is that what you've done?
I mean, not really. It's just probably have had a lot of beers lately. Like, it makes you look more red.
Speaking of that, I told you tonight I wanted to get on Planet Tito's. You're not coming with me, but I'm coming. And this is my second big pour here. I had some tequila the first show.
You got Tito's in there?
Tito's in here, baby.
You got any mixer, or are you just going straight Tito's?
God, no. Look at that cup, dude. That's not all Tito's. It's a soda.
I can't tell. It looks. Oh, you got a little soda. You got.
Yeah.
Nice.
God,
just a beer for me.
I would be eliminated by like the 8K range if this were straight Tito's. Jeez.
Do y'all have those at your club? Do you have the club pours?
Yeah, they suck.
Okay, our club pours are.
Yeah, no.
They're awesome. Ridiculous. Yeah. It looks like it's almost like that drink would have been straight Tito's.
Yeah, no. That's like, I mean, if this were straight Tito's at my club, it would cost you $100. Like our club pour would come to like here. I hate it. It makes me so mad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome to the DFS show. We are here. We're going to talk some DFS. First of all, let's recap the 3M. And I did this in the beginning of the betting show like a ding-dong because I'm rusty, but I'm going to do it again for the DFS people. Some little bit of post-mortem on the 3M Open, okay? So some people like this. Some people don't. First of all, the chalk got absolutely bombed, nuked, bad, did mooey mal, okay? Only 3 of the top 10 highest DK point scores were owned over 10%, and the highest one was 16. Finau was really the only player priced above in the 9K or above range that paid off in terms of top 10 DraftKings point scores. Only 3 of the top 10 highest owned paid off their price at all. 2 of those were in the 7K. Obviously, Lee Hodges was one of them. Only 2% roughly of lineups got 6 of 6 through the cut. It was unbelievable. Perfect lineup would have been Lee Hodges, Kevin Streelman, JT Poston, Martin Laird, Keith Mitchell, D. Woo. You would have made 100. You would have scored 728.5 points, and you would have spent only $44,800 of your allotted $50,000 salary. Holy moly. That would have been 2 8K players, 3 7K players, and a 6K for your perfect lineup. So, yeah, very balanced build there. Chalk really screwed it up for everybody this week. So low. If you had no 6 of 6s and you're mad at Pat because he gave you bad advice and he didn't talk up Lee Hodges, so he's literally talked up every week that Lee Hodges has played till Kingdom Come. If you're mad about it, don't be mad about it because literally no one else got 6 of 6s.
Yeah, it was a bad week. That was my worst week of the year, I think. Not through the show, but I think just from the actual lineups I played, which is a little bit lighter than normal anyway. But I mean, we do our Better Sports Network show on Tuesdays, and we do a cash lineup. But I had to do it by myself last week, and I missed 4 cuts.
Well, I mean, I like a ding-dong tried to do my SoBet round robin top 40 with 0 research. You know, I was sitting in the Dominican, and I mean, listen, it was great. I unplugged for the most part.
I saw a picture of you reading a book, and it was. I literally thought that there was an alien on the beach.
I relaxed. I seriously did a good job of it, but there were a few things for TJ that I had to do, and one of them was put out the SoBet top 40 round robin. I shouldn't have done it, and when I did it, I was like, you know what? 0 research will be all I need to get me out of this slump. So I went ahead and tweeted a betting card, a betting card and I said, this is the 0 research. I've done nothing. I'm just looking at numbers and odds, knowing what I know about TPC Twin Cities, and I'm going to fire this out there. And yeah, I mean, literally betting card had everybody dead. And then it was also the worst week of the SoBet top 40 round robin as I got 0 top 40s, and only one player made the cut.
How many players in the round
I
robin?
give out 5. Only one made the cut.
That's almost as bad as my cash lineup.
Now,
It's probably worse, really, to be
I
honest.
have to defend myself. The round robin is up over 5 units since I started in April. So I mean, I'm up money on that, but it was the worst week I've ever had. I should have. Well, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have come to you. I was like, well, on Sunday.
No, you should not have come to me because I would have. I was almost just as bad, and I actually did research.
This game of golf we play, Pat. This game of golf we play. Despite that, I still saw some winnings in the Nut Hut. Listen, if you're not in the Nut Hut, you need to be. Link is in the description. It's the Discord. It's where all the goodies go. And especially for football season, I'm really excited. We're gonna have some announcements coming up of our first few guests very soon for SoBet Saturdays in the Nut Hut Discord every Saturday, starting at week 0 with college football on August 26th. Every Saturday for at least 1 hour, our friends at SoBet are going to send in one football handicapper to mix it up with our Discord, exclusively with our Discord, talk through the slate, talk through picks, talk through bets, talk through DFS, best ball, draft, whatever you want to do, fantasy, whatever. They're all there for you. So, and they're all vetted handicappers like everybody on SoBet. So pumped about that. It's a good reason to be in the Nut Hut over the fall. There's a bunch of Nut Hut football leagues going up. Best ball drafts being discussed, a ton of that. We've got some football tools that you can use as well, beat writers and NFL Twitter and all these good things. Because our boy Emmett, who helps keep the Nut Hut running and going and improving it always, he's our Discord wizard. Emmett loves football more than he loves golf in terms of betting it and fantasy and all that stuff. So I literally think he makes the Nut Hut during the football season. He makes it what he wants it to be, which is fine because it's amazing.
Yeah.
Because he just loves football. So he's way more engaged in football than he is in golf. So you got to get in it. Give it a shot. It's $20 a month. You can cancel anytime. Give it a shot. Let's talk about it, Pat. The Wyndham Championship. We know Sedgefield Country Club has hosted the Wyndham for quite some time now. Final event of the regular season. You're going to hear a lot about the top 70. I said in the betting show, I don't think enough people are talking about the top 50 number because the top 50 number at the end of this week are guaranteed spots in those designated events next year. Obviously, 70 is important because that means your season continues and it's not over and you can play in the playoff event next week. But I think there's kind of two lanes there that people should pay attention to. So you're going to hear that. We're in North Carolina. Let's talk about some I always put in some nuggets, some DFS nuggets in the research thread in the Nut Hut. And I'm going to drop a few here. I'm not going to give you all the goods because that's for Nut Hut only. But I will say there's been a couple of common threads, but also some very stark differences in the last 2 years at the Wyndham in terms of DFS, Pat.
Okay.
In the last 2 years, both lineups did not spend the both perfect lineups would not have spent all their money. They would have left at least $500 on the table. Ownership was very different though. In 2022, it was a little bit more chalky. It was like a 72% rough perfect lineup ownership. Last year, 2021, it was 37%. What else should I tell you? I'm trying to think if a lot of 6K players paid off their price, which is kind of funny. A lot of 6K players, which I have a few I like. We'll get to the 6K draft at the end of the show. And there's some decent names in there. Let's see. Let me look at the chalk. Let me give that out. Let's see. Year 2022, 3 of the top 10 highest DraftKings point scorers were at 20% or greater. In 2021, only 2 of the top 10 players in DK Sports, DK point scored were over 15% in ownership. So there you go. Just a couple nuggies for your DFS people.
Some good nuggets, DB.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the top of the DraftKings board, Pat.
Okay.
Sungjae, Hideki, Henley, and Sam Burns in the 10K range. Adam Scott, Shane Lowry, Ludwig Aberg, JT Poston, JT, Justin Thomas, Si Woo in the 9K range. Boy. Chalk guesses. I think Poston.
Agree.
I think Si Woo.
Somewhat agree.
I mean, 9K Siwoo with that record and his ability to win.
Yeah,
think is
I
gonna be
guess you're
fun.
right. Yeah.
And then I think it's going to be between either Hideki or Henley.
I think they're both going to get some chalk.
They are. They're going to both get owned.
And I think Henley is going to be more chalky than Hideki.
I think that is very, very possible. Yes. So let me ask you this. In terms of potential very low owned pivots, Mary F. Kill in DFS. Sung Jae.
Gosh.
Sung Jae. I'm going to go Ludwig and JT, Justin Thomas. Mary F. Kill in DFS.
This might surprise you, but I think this is easy for me.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it is. Mary, Justin Thomas.
So that means have decent, considerable, possibly equitable to projected ownership exposure to Justin Thomas. Okay.
Yes. Yep. F, Sung J M.
So that means have a little bit of Sung Jae in there, sprinkle maybe a dab of Sung Jae, but probably be lower leverage than some. If you have to play him, you're willing to play him.
Yes. And
And
Kill.
you're gonna not play Ludwig.
Yep.
I mean, 10-8 Sung Jae, given his form, just does feel a little yucky. Has he ever entered? I mean, has he ever entered the Wyndham playing this poorly? Not last year.
I think no. And I think
2021 wasn't great.
but what Sung Jae are we getting? Like,
Good question.
now I get that at
Actually,
10-8.
2020 wasn't good, but he finished ninth.
But at 10-8, you really need a lot out of him.
Yeah,
right?
you do. Yeah.
But at the Open Championship, he has a T20. At the Rocket Mortgage, he has a top 25. Misses the cut at the Scottish and the 3M. I still think the reason you could F Sung Jae is because he has, like, he definitely has the upside that I just don't think I don't know. I'm not sold on Ludwig yet. I'm sold on him being a great player long term, a wonderful player long term. But I think if I'm putting together my DFS lineup, I could just see me leaving him out. And if I'm seeing like a 7 or 8% Sung Jae, which I think you could get, that's gonna be hard to. It's gonna be hard to not play.
I think I agree. I actually think I agree with your Mary F. Kill scenario. Well, actually, no, I think I take that back. I think I would reverse Sung Jae and JT. But I do agree with you killing Aber. This is also, of course, is going to remove his greatest weapon, which is his driver.
Yeah.
I mean, his good finishes were all when he went off the tee.
Doesn't this feel also like a golf course where maybe a little more experience is going to help you, maybe a little less like gung-ho, like you're saying, fly it off the tee and just hope and see what happens? I mean, when you see guys like Kisner win here, Poston win here, hell, Sergio back in the day, like, this is a golf course that takes like precision around the golf course.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't really think of him that way. I think JT is that way because JT can hit a bunch of different shots. Has a very, very high ball flight. He can hit draws, cuts. He can do a lot of different things with the ball. I don't see that with Aber yet. He doesn't quite have that in him yet. Sung Jae, I feel like if Sung Jae just can get the damn driver in order, he's going to have a good week. His driver's been the whole problem.
Yeah.
And it sets up everything for him.
Yeah. And he's going to come here comfortable, knows what lines to take off the tee, knows what holes he can hit driver on, what holes he can't. I mean, because even for a guy who's a little shorter like Sung Jae, he still can't hit driver a lot of places here. Yeah. So basically what we're saying is, of the pivot potential, you are interested more in JT. I'm interested more in Sung Jae. But we could take a dab of both. Well, that leads me to the rest of the guys. So, I mean, Hideki, Henley, Burns. I mean, we talked about these guys on the betting preview a pretty good bit. I talked about Sam Burns. If by some chance Sam Burns is sub 10%, I will happily be on it. I don't
100%.
think that's going to happen. And I just think of all the players in the 9K range, throw out Ludwig. Okay. Let's see. Throw out Ludwig. Like he's got to be towards the bottom half. Maybe even, I mean, you might have to throw out JT. He's got to be in the bottom half of this 9K and above range in terms of guys with high floors. He might be number one, arguably, in terms of guys who have the highest ceiling.
Yeah.
We said on the betting show, like, if Sam Burns gains 2 strokes with his irons this week and putts slightly better than average for Sam Burns, he could win by 6 shots. But he's a little volatile with the ball striking. And so I could also see him being an easy miscut that you're pissed about because he's 10K and you're eating, 15% ownership on him and he tanks a lineup. When I actually feel better about Russell Henley making a cut and finishing top 15 for me, I feel better about that. But I feel better about Sam Burns winning it.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I think when I'm looking at this range, if I'm just like a normal person here, which I am, I'm a normal person, DB.
Some have said. Looking
at this 9K and above range, I'm sitting there, like Adam Scott and Shane Lowry are highlighted. They're hot pink, and they got like neon lights on them. But the neon lights aren't saying like you're in the red the red light district, and you need to come inside because there's some good things that are happening. Like I feel like they're like telling you no, go away. But I want to go into the shop. I want to go see what's happening in there.
Are there stores like that?
I don't know, but
you know what? Has anyone ever thought of that? What if like it's
like a light tells you like whether or not to come in or go.
No. It's like if I say, Pat, don't think of a cheetah printed elephant right now. You just thought of it. You just thought of a cheetah printed elephant. Or if I say, Pat, when you're little, it's probably a bad example. When you're little and your parents are like, listen, you can't go in this cabinet. This is
you
mommy and daddy's cabinet.
You shouldn't put your finger in the socket.
This is mommy and daddy's cabinet. Okay. This is special for mom. It's medicine for mommy and daddy. It's your liquor cabinet.
Yeah.
Or it's like, son, don't go in my nightstand drawer. That's where my late night accoutrements are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't go in there. There's nothing in there for you. What do you want to do?
You want to go in there.
God dang it. I want to go in there with everything I have. As soon as you guys go on a date night, I'm walking in there when the babysitter's not paying attention. I'm opening that drawer and I'm going to find.
That's the way I feel about this
book. Okay.
Yeah. You're going to find that book and a picture of Adam Scott and Shane Lowry.
Doing Karma Sutra? What?
Well, no, that's really going off the rails because
if we had a
lot of people that are picturing that, if you know Shane Lowry and Adam Scott.
Oh, I mean, there aren't many who wouldn't want to do some Karma Sutra with Adam Scott. I in terms of females, I don't know how many males. If we had a good graphic designer on staff full time, I would be immediately going like, hey, like Pardon My Take will update their episode art every time with like the guest or whatever. That'd be like, right now, you need to open up Adobe Illustrator and I need a picture of Shane Lowry and Adam Scott doing Karma Sutra for our podcast cover. In fact, if you just got a wild hair and you just want to do something fun, if you can send us a graphic of Adam Scott and Shane Lowry doing a Karma Sutra pose, our favorite one, what will we do, Pat? What can we give them?
I tell you what, we could give them. I have.
I want to make it good.
I have some really good looking of the TJ polos.
Okay. TJ Polo. You know what? We're gonna make this good. How about
TJ Polo
a beer sleeve?
and a beer sleeve for sure.
TJ Polo, a beer sleeve, and I'm gonna go a free year at SoBet. We'll pay for it.
Okay.
Free year membership at SoBet.
All right.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Anyway, so you're kind of tempted. I get it. I kind of get it for both of them.
Yeah.
I talked about Shane Lowry on the betting show a good bit. I think Scott's going to get more love with the near win in 2021. Wasn't that the year he missed like that 4-footer to win? Was that tournament?
Yeah, I think you're right.
He had a chance of winning. Kisner won.
Kisner won.
I think Lowry will be a little less owned. Now they both need it in terms of the FedEx. Like Lowry's at 76, Scott's at 81. I think both are very viable plays. And if there's been anything that we've learned in the last 2 years, at least in terms of DFS, the 9 and 10K chalk here usually does not do well.
Yeah.
Maybe, So, we are probably going to be faced with needing to consider fading JT Poston in DFS. Because at what point, I mean, even look at his history. There's no doubt he's playing exceptionally good golf right now. He's playing damn good golf right now. And it's hard to think about hopping off. But let's look at this. John Deere to Genesis. That was a quick trip, quick turnaround, back-to-back weeks, straight into the Open, straight into the 3M. So this will be his 5th week in a row, including international travel. I'm not saying he's not going to try. I mean, this is, he's a North Carolina kid. He loves his tournament. He's a past champion. He's playing great. But there are plenty of reasons I could find if I'm the author of the chalk bomb, and I can go ahead and tell you JT Poston is going to be chalk, that I could pivot off of him and do something else.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I think I do like him a lot. And a lot of people will. That's why he's going to be chalky. But I could definitely see where you might want to pivot for those reasons. But he's going to be hard to not put in your lineups.
Okay. Now I would play him in cash.
100%. I have him written down as my cash play.
Actually, who I wrote down as a cash play? Shane Lowry.
Okay.
I mean, you get 9K Shane Lowry in this weak field.
I still wonder on this, the way they do, how did he was T83 last year? How did that many people get through the cut line? I get it can happen, but that's a lot.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me look. I can't believe Tom Kim. What a guy. No, he was T83. He played 4 rounds. That is a lot.
A lot of people made it through the cut.
Let's see. The cut. So that was DFL. So he finished DFL. 83. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Well, Scott did too. Scott was T76. The Kama Sutra brothers.
I don't think the brothers should be doing it together, the Kama Sutra. I mean, we got to draw the line somewhere. I think incestual Kama Sutra is probably not a good thing. But it is 2023. Hell, people want to do all kind of shit. So,
well, anyway.
Somebody's listening to this with their kid in their car, and their kid just went, "Dad, what's Kama Sutra?" All right.
Do you have that book, Daddy?
Oh, I do, but your mother never lets me do any of it. What do you mean, Daddy? Don't worry about it, James.
Well, I don't have the book. I just have one. Never mind.
What? Oh dear.
Have you seen the newer age Kama Sutra?
Fun fact: this is dead ass. That's what the kids say, Pat, when they mean this is for real. Someone gave me a Kama Sutra book as a wedding gift.
We got one too.
You did?
Yes.
Maybe the same person went to our wedding.
Mine has, that's what I was going to say. Mine has little index cards.
What?
It's like Trivial Pursuit.
Like flashcards?
Open it up and it's like a flashcard and you can read on the back, this is what you do for this position. Yeah, it's Flashcards. That's how you learn quick, DB. Like if for a test.
Dang, dude, I didn't get flashcards.
So you don't got to get it all into the reading of the books. You can
Yeah,
just go
mine's got to read the book.
straight to the picture, look on the back, see what's going on.
Put this leg behind your head, and then okay, dang.
So you didn't even get the flashcard version?
No, I got the book version. I mean, there's pictures in it, but there's just the book.
Yeah.
Okay, AK range. We gotta move on. Yeah, so submit the Kama Sutra thing. We would love it.
Can I start off with the 8K range here? I don't understand what is going on with Steven Yeager. Like why can't DK put Steven Yeager just a little bit cheaper? It feels like they're scared of something with him. Like if I were pricing this, I could see Denny McCarthy ahead of Yeager, Cam Davis ahead of Yeager. Maybe Aaron Rye.
Davis, I don't know. Like, I mean, Yeager, if anything, has been really consistent.
But he's just consistent. I get that.
More consistent than Rye, more consistent than what was the one? Davis. I mean, Davis, good upside, but he throws in missed cuts like all the time.
Well, I know Davis, but still, Davis has a top 10 and a T17 in those last 3 events. Yeager, T30, T13, T9. I get that, but are you not at least a little bit surprised that Denny McCarthy isn't priced ahead of Yeager?
Yeah, I think McCarthy's a little low relative to this field, just a touch, not by much. Yeah. He's gonna be super popular. Yeah. So damn popular. Now, we talked about Denny, we talked about JT being popular, but we mentioned both of them in the betting show. I mean, JT at 40-1 is a steal. Denny at 35, but it may be a chalk fade situation. Like, I mean, I don't mind Yeager. I do think he's a little overpriced. If he's any sort of popular, I'll gladly bounce and play Cam Davis. I like Aaron Rye a good bit.
I do too. I don't know what it is about Yeager, but I just don't feel like when I play him, I get a ton of upside potential because where they keep pricing him so much higher.
Mm-hmm. Can I give you another MKF scenario?
Okay.
Somebody in the YouTube comments the other day was like, the MKF thing is terrible. Listen, it's just a fun way to decide between 3 guys. So just give it a rest. Okay. We're going to keep doing it. MKF, Chris Kirk, Adam Hadwin, Taylor Moore.
Oh, goodness. Well, I can't kill Taylor Moore. He won a damn bet for me.
So did Chris Kirk.
And so did Chris Kirk. But you know what? Actually, that makes sense. I would probably marry Chris Kirk, F Taylor Moore, kill Adam Hadwin. Adam Hadwin's never done anything for me. Ever. Never done anything for me.
God, I get so tempted by Adam Hadwin. Why? I played the mess out of him at the John Deere. The mess. That field was so weak, so garbage. How? Why? Why do we keep doing that?
Because I think it's funny.
He's made 3 out of 4 cuts at the Wyndham, 10th, 33rd, 51st. The irons and the putter for him, irons have been hot. Putter's always good. He doesn't have to hit it super far here. I think Hadwin is an interesting pivot. I don't think a lot of people are going to play him. I like all 3 of those guys, honestly. I'm tempted by all 3 that I just gave you. Taylor Moore, feels like he's got a lot of upside. I think there's some similarities to some Florida courses here at Sedgefield, just the heavy Bermuda. Won the Valspar. 11th at the Heritage, all Bermuda. Dude gained 9 strokes putting. Good God. Gained 9.9 at the Rocket Mortgage. Like, he can just go unconscious with the putter. And this is everybody hits the green in regulation event. So I think Taylor Moore's in. I think there's a lot of good pivot options in the 8K. I think the 8K is where I could really get some high upside guys that can win, that have some warts, but they're gonna be skipped over a little bit.
Yeah, I agree.
Smalley's gonna get a ton of chatter. Smalley, Denny are gonna be super chalk here. Smalley's gonna get a ton of chatter because he's the local. He's the member. He got it all last year.
Yeah.
And listen, last year he paid off. He was 13th, and he was probably in the 7K. So like maybe even 6K last year. And I get it. And he is playing great. He's playing really well. Strong. Like it feels like the win could happen at any moment for Smalley. But also his putter could be so cold. I mean, it's tough to see on his home course, but I don't know. I just think there's some really nice pivots here in the 8K range.
You haven't even brought up Keith Mitchell, who could, I think, potentially could be good coming off a 5th place finish last.
I don't like Keith Mitchell on a less than driver course. I don't know how you can't figure that out.
You saying me or like you as?
No, you can't figure it out about me. I don't play Keith Mitchell.
I know. I don't understand why you just don't play him on like
because his best asset is his damn driver, and if you have to take his driver out of his hand, he becomes closer to the average. And I
mean,
don't
technically he's not that different in accuracy than Alex Smalley is in this field.
I mean,
or Adam Hadwin in this field.
Yeah, Hadwin's way more accurate though.
In your mind. I mean, but I don't know if that's actually true on the golf course.
I mean, I know Keith loves him some Bermuda. God, he finally had a good finish. 3M. I don't know. I will happily fade a popular Keith Mitchell every day of the week.
And I don't think he's going to be popular though.
Okay, then I'll fade an unpopular Keith Mitchell here.
Okay,
I'd rather have Aaron Rye.
All right, I think we should. I would bet wheel this one.
I don't have the bet wheel. The bet wheel has all the stuff from the natural.
Damn it! All
you want to bet wheel it?
No, I don't want to bet wheel it.
See what would come up.
No, I don't want to bet wheel it.
Dude, by the way, I'm gonna have to pay off my bet wheel, but I'm waiting until my wife goes to Africa here in about a month. But
what do you have to do?
I've gotta do the stash.
Oh yeah, that's
dude,
right.
And I haven't shaved any of this in probably like my daughter's never seen me without this. She's 8. She's never seen me without it. The thing is too, like, dude, it took me freaking 35 years for my gaps to grow in right here. Like,
yeah, but now that you've done it, it literally you can do the stash and then it'll come back.
No, I think I'm gonna do the old school baseball shave. So I'm gonna leave the gaps because I don't want to have to regrow those.
Yeah,
I'm gonna leave the gaps in here. So it's gonna be like brant. And then everything else is gonna be gone. And my wife is gonna be pissed.
She doesn't even know about it yet.
She doesn't know about it. I'm gonna do it. When I do it, I'm gonna have Colin's video me like walking in and showing her. She's gonna be pissed. And then she's getting the first couple words out of her mouth are gonna be, "I'm glad I'm going out of town for 8 days." That'll be the first couple words she says. She's gonna be pissed.
What if she ends up liking it?
She will not. She will not. I've done it, but I did the vacation stash one time. I had this. I did the vacation stash. She goes, so what you're telling me is you don't want to have any sex this entire vacation. And I was like, no, that's not what I'm saying. It's fun.
I mean, I thought it was good. I thought it was
a good funny.
Stash.
She's like, no.
I thought there was something to the stash that told you I wanted more.
No, she's like, no. She's like, you need to go ahead and shave that off. You just need to be clean shaven, like our wedding day. And I was like, okay. So I clean shaved it. She was dead ass serious.
The best thing about the COVID world is that you can do a little more with the facial hair, at least in my world, than you used to be able to do. Like in my real job world, you can do a little more, like because
like corporate world, you mean?
Yeah, because people don't see you sometimes for like because you could still like say, well, I had to work at home for a few days. Like even though it's like we're this far gone from it, you could still like go away for a few days and come back and
yeah, I get it. So. All right, let's move on. That's everybody in the 8K range. Let's move on. Before we do, got to remind everybody to check out our friends at front9coffee.com. Front9coffee.com. Link in the description. If you use promo code TJ10, you get 10% off every order, and you can use it over and over again. So if you've already ordered, order again. Get some good coffee. These people are good to us. They're good to you. They're just good people. Local small business started right here in Augusta, Georgia. Been supporting us for about a year and a half now. Love coffee. Love golf. Love TJ listeners. You can get it ground. You can get it whole bean. You can get K-Cups, all the above. More new products on the way, including a possible cold brew. You order it. They roast it fresh after you order it. Shows up to your door within just a couple of days, and you got some good, fresh coffee. Listen, seriously. Front Nine's been supporting us for quite a while. It would be nice if you're a regular listener and you like the Tour Junkies. It would be very nice for you to click on the link and just give it a shot. It's not overpriced. It's very fairly priced. It's great coffee, good people, supporting a good cause. Check it out. 7K range, Pat. I'll tell you who I'm fading to start. Ready?
Okay.
The first 4 names on the board in the 7K range: Gary Woodland, Patrick Rogers, JJ Spawn, Vincent Norman. Fading every one of them.
Okay. Whoa a second. I get the first 3, but I don't know how we can.
Just about to say Vincent Norman is the.
I don't know how we can fade Double R Norman.
V Norm is the one that I am the most queasy about. I'm the most queasy about it. Historically, terrible putter from what we know of him so far. I mean, terrible putter. I mean, look at this season on the PGA Tour. Of all the events he's played, at how many strokes he's gained putting. It's not good. Not good. He had a peak week at the Barbasol at 5.2.
He did. But he also hits a lot of balls close enough.
He hits a lot of them close. But got to make a lot of putts at Sedgefield. And again, you take away his greatest weapon with the driver. Dude hits it really far. So he's going to club down. He's going to be playing from similar spots as everybody else. He's not going to have long iron advantages. He's not going to have these long-ass par 4s and par 5 advantages. So I'm just going to hold my nose and do it. But V Norm is the one that I feel the worst about out of that top 4.
When
Gary Woodland's probably going to win because I finally jumped off of him. I've literally been playing him for freaking 90 days. And he's finally going to win after I've been playing. I did not play him last week, but that's only because I could not physically log on to any betting or DFS website from the Dominican. And I thank the Lord because I would have had him and he'd have missed the cut and I'd have been mad.
Yeah. I think I'm kind of done with my whole relationship with Gary Woodland, like my recent one, because I'm going to have another one. But like the recent one, I'm kind of done with. Vincent Norman, though, kind of, I don't know why, because I think it's way too early to really say this, but I get kind of Wyndham Clark vibes with Vincent Norman, and I feel like he is,
except he can't putt, Pat.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the thing that Wyndham Clark can do. But whenever you see Vincent Norman just have some good weeks on tour, I mean, literally, it is fantastic ball striking approach, all that kind of stuff, and then it comes together on the putter with the putter, which it did at the Barbasol a few weeks ago. But I think he is just a super talented player who is. We're not done seeing him. He's no flash in the pan as far as I'm concerned. Vincent Norman. I like him a lot. I feel like I'll end up playing him some this week. I know he's going to be hit or miss for me, but he always feels like he's got a lot of upside to me. So, and you know what he did? Like even when he won, I feel like he came back. Well, see, they're not putting like on the history at this website. Where was it at the Scottish that they played or at the Open? What was it? The Barracuda.
Yeah, Barracuda's not in here.
He came back and then the Barracuda had it started.
Yeah,
I mean, he was up there.
Yeah.
had a chance immediately following. So I don't know. I do like Vince Norman, so I'm probably not with you there. I continue to think you got to play Eric Cole, just whatever, every week.
I think I'm out.
I don't know why.
I mean, doesn't hit a ton of fairways. Never played here before. He's kind of simmered. I mean, he really has. He's making cuts.
Yeah.
He's making cuts, but he's
He
simmered.
always makes cuts.
And dude, you gotta figure that at some damn point it's gonna catch up with him how much golf this dude has played. And I realized like he took a week off, between the Travelers and
Where is he in the standings?
Oh, he's got to be freaking. Let me look. I got it pulled up right here. He is 40th. He shouldn't play. If he didn't play, he'd almost guarantee he'd be in the top 50.
It's still amazing when you think of the beginning of this year that he's.
It is amazing. So he's pretty set.
Yeah.
Honestly, why is he here? He's never played here. He could use the break. I'm sure a little bit of rest would do him some good heading into the playoffs. He's probably going to get to play all 3 events. Well, at least the first.
He feels like just a big time grinder too. That just
He
loves.
He does. Which
he has to be for where he is now versus where
Yeah, I respect. But at some point, God, it's just got to catch up, right? But the irons and the putter are super good, and that's what you want here. You just hope that I guess what I would want to know is is he going to be. Is he going to have the discipline to learn this golf course and to club down when he needs to and to not try to do too much? Because you have to be in the fairway here. You just have to.
Yeah.
Charles Schwab, Colonial, another place you have to be in the fairway. It's a short course. He missed the cut.
There are a couple players in here, though, that I think you are on the opposite ends of the spectrum that both missed the cut last week. And that also both played well before that. So one is Taylor Pendrith, who missed the cut last week, but then finished 6th at the Barbasol, T14 at the Rocket Mortgage. I don't feel like this is a Taylor Pendrith course, right?
But he played well here last year.
He did.
But I don't either.
The other one is Lucas Glover.
Now, Lucas, God dang it. Dude, Lucas Glover. I can do it again. I can.
I feel like we can get onto Lucas Glover. And
now that's so silly.
The history.
We're being silly billies.
We are being silly. But I feel like you can get on Lucas Glover again this week. I definitely feel like
he has played the Wyndham so many times. So many times. Since 2007. Let's see. He missed 2012. And that's it. He's played every year since 2007 except 2012.
It's absolutely stupid to me that he doesn't have a better record here.
Well, he's only missed 4 cuts.
He
doesn't have a lot of high finishes, but that's what his putter does. His putter limits his ability to finish in the top 10.
But now the putter is better, and if there's ever a year for him, this could be it. This is literally a guy who grew up in the Greenville, South Carolina area. Played at Clemson. So all around this area. Bermuda Greens, Donald Ross courses.
He's 112 in the standings.
Yeah.
Got to have a big week.
This is a huge week for Lucas.
I can do it again. He missed the cut on the number last week. I've already done some digging in this because he was in my He missed the cut on the number last week. He had a hole. Yeah. Number 10, second round, he bogeyed. He hit it to 19 feet. And 3-putted. He missed the cut by a shot. The average PGA Tour pro 3-putts. I've already looked at this. This is literally facts. I did this today. Okay. The average PGA Tour pro 3-putts from 19 feet 1.5% of the time. Now, is Lucas Glover your average putting tour pro? No, he's way worse than that. So let's just double it. So let's say out of 100 times, he would only 3-putt 3 times, and he did it that day to miss the cut on the number. Now, you're like, DB, if you miss the cut, let's say he makes the cut on the number, who knows what he does? Well, yes, your boy Bo Hostler snuck in and made the cut. I don't think on the number. I think he made it by 1 better than the number, but he was like T650 something when the weekend started. And he shot 8 under over the weekend, finished T13. It's like we could be looking at a very different Lucas Glover finish last week, coming off of 3 straight top 6 finishes, had he not 3-putted like a absolute bozo from 19 feet. Ifs and buts were candy and nuts, it'd be Christmas all year.
Yeah.
Lucas Glover would have 3 majors.
I mean, he does have 1.
He does have 1.
All right. So a couple others I like in here. Brendan Todd, I like a lot.
Yeah, I love Brendan Todd. Totally tremendous value at 7,400, but I do think I have him written down as very likely chalk.
Yeah. I like Garrick Higgo. I'm kind of in on the Higgo thing, the way he's been playing lately, DB. I think you got to look at him.
It's he's an interesting case study. Like he's one that's turned it up over the last, because we talk about where they stand in the FedEx Cup, but we don't really know. Like, does that mean that they're going to do better, or could it mean they're going to do worse, or could it mean that they don't do any different? We don't really know. I don't know that we really have a way to quantify that. But here's what I do know. I do know that up until the Rocket Mortgage, his year was not very good, and it looked a lot like what we've seen to be a Garrick Higgo year to look like. Right? Very volatile. Starting with the Rocket.
Volatile. How do you? Volatile?
Volatile. A lot of times there are words that I say them different with any time I say them.
I do that with players.
Yeah, with names of players.
Yeah, like Grillo.
I thought you meant like with the word players. I was like,
no, like Grillo and Grillo and Griot.
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah.
So anyway, Rocket Mortgage, like something starts getting up in his crawl. He's like, shit, I got to do something here, because he was like way outside of the top 70. It's taken the last 4 weeks where he's had a 33rd, a 21st, a 19th, and a 13th last week at the 3M to get him to 72nd in the standings. So he is this close. So first of all, like he knows he's got to make the cut. He has to make the cut. Number one. He's probably got a top 40, I would think, to have a chance at getting in the top 70. So I could kind of get it. I do think this is a course that's not great for him. Like a guy like Keith Mitchell, I think it takes his best weapon away from him. But it's 7,300. A guy like that who's playing that well, who has a lot to lose if he doesn't have a good week, a lot to gain if he does, I think is an interesting play.
All right, 2 more for me.
Okay.
Ben Griffin, 7,200. He's got
North Carolina boy.
Yeah, he's got a T20 at 3M. He missed the cut at the Open Championship, but had a T25 at the Scottish and then a T33 at the Rocket Mortgage. I like Ben Griffin.
I agree.
Nick Hardy, also the last 2 events, T13 at the 3M, T21 at the John Deere Classic. I think Nick Hardy is one that I'll be interested to see if he comes in chalky. I don't think he'll be chalky. Do you?
I don't think he will be. No.
So those are the last 2 in here.
I got to ask you, do you think people are going to play Webb?
No.
You sure? I mean, dude.
Why would they play Webb? You're making me itch now. You're making, like, what?
He's 7,400.
Yeah.
And if you look at his finishes, like it's not like, if you look at his strokes gain data, it's not crazy. Like it's not like, oh my God, what has happened? He's broken. Everything is just like slightly above or slightly below average. Had a 7th at the Valspar, Copperhead, Innisbrook, Florida, Bermuda heavy course. Had a 24th at Arnold Palmer. In fact, his best finishes of this whole effing season are in 2 Florida Bermuda courses. Now he shows up to the Wyndham, named after that he named his daughter after, that he has absolutely dominated just about every year he's ever played the damn thing. It's interesting. 7,400.
I don't even know why you needed to bring him up. I don't think that was
Well, along those lines,
a nice thing to do.
I think a better
I just
option
don't-
is $7,600 Billy Horschel. I
like that more. I'll give you that one.
I will have Billy Horschel in DFS. We talked about him in the betting show, but I will have it. And I hope people are like, man, hell no. Billy Horschel is an interesting value here with a ton of upside. I like it. Shank is obviously a great value as well. Todd is right there. Both those guys are going to be chalky, I think. Probably going to have to make a decision between those two. Akshay is interesting to me. North Carolina kid. Coming off the win, getting shafted in the points. I like Alex Noren a little bit, which I haven't liked all year.
I agree there with Alex.
Haven't liked him all year.
I got a favorited star on him.
I like Doug Gim again. I like Davis Riley a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Strillman's in there. He's playing well. Anyway, good names in 7K. Let's move on. 6K range draft, 6K draft, snake draft. Let's get it. Let's see. I'll start. And I'm going to get crazy off the rails, Pat. I probably have not picked this guy since. Actually, let me see. I guarantee you I've not picked this MFer since 2020.
I think I know where you're going here.
His coach is Scotty Ham. Scotty Ham has got some players playing quite well right now. This guy, in his last 2 starts, a couple of his best starts of the season. He's also, like Lucas Glover, kind of from the Carolinas area. Almost won here in 2020. Had a 3rd place finish. Even last year, finished 21st. And when he was coming into this event last year, sorry, wait a minute, was that last year? 2022? Hang on. Yes. Coming into this event last year, his form looked a lot like his form does now. Maybe worse. Still finished 21st. I'm going with Doc Mother Effin Redman. Is that who you thought it was?
It is actually
6,800.
Yep. Old Doc. Okay. I actually had him starred, amazingly enough. All right. I'll go just below Doc at Justin Lauer at 6,800 also.
Love that.
T36 last year. Really needs to have some good weeks here. Has played well recently. Made it on the number last week with an eagle on his final hole. Pretty incredible stuff. I like Justin Lauer there at 6,800.
I mean, it feels like this has to be a Dylan Wu play. Just the value's too good. I do think he'll be popular, but 6,900 D Wu feels good. That's all good there.
Yeah, I like that.
Playing really well right now.
Okay. I'll go up to well, hang on here. I tell you, DB, I thought this could be potentially where you were going to go with when you went with Doc, but we've seen him play fairly well recently, making 3 of his last 4 cuts. 47th, 61st, missed a cut at Barbasol, but had a top 20 last week. T-Dunks, Tyler Duncan, 6,800.
I looked at him. I don't love him.
Okay.
Well, I don't love him, but I looked at him. I did take a look. I'm kind of torn here on this last pick. I think I kind of got real cute with Doc. I don't know if I want to get as cute anymore with this pick. I'm going to go with a really good putter, man. And he's a little bit in the like Taylor Montgomery category. Well, probably better, but like hits it a mile, putts really well. But I think Peter Quest, like $6,800 Peter Quest, whatever. I like it. He's had some spike putting weeks.
Okay.
We know he can go low.
Yeah, I don't mind it. This is when it gets tricky, DB. When you get down into this range, you got a lot of people that you can go with here. I'm actually going to go with a guy that is. This is his season, DB. This is his season. Now I don't know.
Season's on the line.
I don't know if the Amish people love this time of year.
God, no.
I don't know if the Amish people love this time of year, but
somewhere else. Go somewhere else.
No.
Name. You had another name.
I want Amish Troy Merritt at 6,600.
No.
I want him on this team.
No.
He's on it.
He's gonna miss the cut, and I
don't care. He's third in my model, DB.
Pat.
By the way, who did you say before Merritt? I forgot to write it down.
Peter Quest.
That's right.
Quest, whatever.
Troy Merritt. You love Troy Merritt. You love him.
No, I don't. Okay, in my model, he's 94th.
Wait, how can they be so different?
Because your model is fucking broken. Your model is broken. Okay, put it in the YouTube comments. Whose model is broken? Troy Merritt in third or Troy Merritt in 94th? YouTube comment. Pat's model broken. DB's model broken. That's all I want to know. And listen, you can't attack that question from the whole thing. Pat's won all these units betting, DB.
No. But let's see where the differential lies.
Do I really have to defend?
No, I don't want to get into this. I don't really want to get into this. But he is. I mean, I'm looking at his last 12 rounds.
12.
Yeah, I went more recent form with him.
Yeah, that's called selective statisticking. That's selective statisticking.
He goes. I mean, look, his top 20s, man, at the Rocket Mortgage and the John Deere, really helped him out.
What was it? The Rocket Mortgage was the tournament that he has like this insane record at, right?
The Scottish Open kind of messed him up a little bit. He shouldn't have even gone overseas. He did miss the cut at the 3M. The reason his stats look so good the last 12 rounds are John D and the Rocket Mortgage. T17.
Hold on. He has played 18 events in the year of our Lord. Sorry, 19 events, year of our Lord, 2023. He has made 3 cuts in 19 events. And one of those was a T65. And
don't forget the T17.
And the other 2 are the 2 that you are waiting in your 12
T17. Are you forgetting the third place finish at the Worldwide Technology Open in 11/6/2022?
I said year of our Lord 2023.
He was hurt.
Oh, God.
I mean, you went with Peter Quest. You didn't even know who he was 2 months ago.
Who cares? Yes, I did know who he was because he was an Outlaw Tour stud in 2020 COVID.
Okay, all right. I'll give you that.
But who cares? Look at what he's done. It's the devil. I would rather have the devil I don't know at that point.
If Troy Merritt makes the cut, I'm gonna do the biggest victory lap ever.
You're gonna victory lap for him making the cut?
Yeah, because you said he can't make a cut.
I didn't say he can't make a cut.
Yes, you basically did.
I said he's made 3 of 19.
Okay, that's like you saying he's not making the cut.
No, we need more than a made cut, Pat. We need real. We need like
for the 6K guy. You want the guy to make the cut.
That would be nice to get.
And he's got 2 top 20s in a row, less than 4 weeks ago.
Listen, I don't
think how
doubt.
many top 20s that we bet in the 6-pack that don't ever even hit the I mean, they don't hit. He would have hit twice in a row, probably like 12-1.
I don't doubt how crappy my picks have been this year, okay? And that you're way better than me this year. But
I mean, I'm just saying.
and for that reason, it would be a fitting end to the regular season.
Yes, it would.
For Bo Hostler to win because of our debate on the betting show and Troy Merritt to finish runner-up, probably losing a damn playoff. It would be very fitting, and I'm fine with that. If that's how it goes, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the fresh start of the PGA Tour season in September. Can't wait. So there you have it. Bo Hostler won. Adam Hadwin too. I mean, not Adam. Why did I say Adam? Did I say Adam Hadwin?
Troy Merritt is not Adam Hadwin.
They do kind of look alike, though.
They do kind of have the same look.
Maybe that's what happened. My brain saw that. All right.
I don't know if Troy Merritt could have taken a tackle as much as like Adam Hadwin, though, just to be honest. I don't.
He's a tall guy.
He's a tall guy.
Taller than he's long necked. He's long necked. Got a long neck. So there's that.
That's a good close to the Wyndham.
Amish people usually tough too. I think they're tough.
They are tough.
Work hard. They work in the sun a lot.
They can do.
They don't
some
have
boxing.
the comforts of life. You know.
Yeah, they can box. They can do some boxing, I bet.
I mean, Hadwin's wife is like running all over Twitter, tweeting and stuff. Like, there's no Amish dude's wife tweeting.
Yeah, she drives me crazy. I can't even talk about her.
That's the DFS show. That's the Wyndham Championship. That's the end of the regular season on the PGA Tour. Can't believe it, but also ready for a break. So and I just came off a break, but I'm still ready for a break. This is what it is. But we'll be back next week for the playoffs. Make your screens be green. See ya.